Hello everyone and welcome to PowerBITrek tutorial for DAX. In this video, we will learn about time intelligent DAX functions in Power BI. That is month to date, quarter to date, and year to date. We will see how to create calculated measures using these functions. If you're not aware about the measures in Power BI, I would request you to please check out the previous videos of this playlist for detailed explanation about measures and calculated columns in Power BI and also about basic time functions in Power BI. We have created other video playlists for data visualization from basics to advanced. In this, you will learn how you can design and format the visuals using formatting options in Power BI. Also, we have another playlist for end-to-end Power BI dashboard design and creation tutorial in which you will learn how to create very interactive and dynamic dashboards for a given data set. So you will find the links in the description box for this playlist. And also, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, I would request you to please subscribe to the channel and stay updated for upcoming videos and share with your friends who want to learn Power BI and data analysis. So let's begin. So in the current MTD, we will calculate the current total value for these particular months. Let's suppose if you have a data that is that have sales that our sales amount, which is actually for year 2024 and 2023 and 2022. So we will calculate the current month to date values and we will under the previous MTD we will calculate the month to date value that is for previous month of the current month in the same period, and we will see under this same period last year MTD, we will calculate the month to date value for the same month, but for the last year, for the last year period. Let's suppose like we have data till March, that is 2024, and we will see in this SPLY, that is the same period last year, we will see uh, the total sales for March month, that is for previous year, that is 2023. So let's begin how we can calculate these values using the data set that we have. So I'm going to use the same data set which I used earlier in the previous video. So here we have a financial data and it contains the sales amount, gross sales, and other fields, that is profit, and we have columns for product and segment. So here we will calculate the sales amount for month to date and quarter to date and year to date using the sales field and the date. So before moving further, uh, first I will calculate the sum of sales. We have a sales amount that is in column form, in the column format. So I'll just create one new measure to calculate the sum of sale amount. So I'll just create a new measure here and I'll just name this as total sales. I'll use sum function here, sum of. And if you're not about the sum function, how how it can be used in calculating uh, the values and with filters, please check out my previous video which I am uploaded on sum and sum x functions. So this will give us the total sales amount. So I'll just hit enter, and if you see that we have created the a new measure that gives us total sales. So let's calculate the first, that is current month to date value and current quarter to date and current year to date. So before I move further, I want to show you what data I'm going to use here. So this is a table view that we have already loaded the data into Power BI, and we have data for almost like 3 years, that is current year, that is 2024, 2023, and 2022. So I'm going to create a new measure for current month to date value. So I'll just go here and click. Either you can create measure from here or you can click here, this ribbon box. So I'll create a new measure. I'll click here and I'll just name this as current MTD. So what you're going to calculate? We are going to calculate the total sales. So I'm going to use the total MTD function, and I'll pass the expression that is total sales here, you see, and I will use the date function, that is dates MTD, and it actually takes the argument that is date. If you see here, it gives a hint that returns a set of dates in month up to current date. So I'm going to pass the date, which we have a field here. So I'll just type date and I'll just pass this one. So this should give us the total sales amount for current month to date value. So I'll just hit enter and I'll just bring this to this and I'll just convert this to the card that you see. Okay, and okay, I'll make this as this value in thousands, or I'll make this none so you can see the value. Okay, I need to minimize this. Okay. So we can verify this with our data. So just let me open the Excel sheet which I'm using in this Power BI tutorial. So I'm already filtered this with the month of March. I'll just remove the filters and apply the filters again. And by the way, this should give us the total sales amount for the current month. So the data we have till March month, that is 2024, and this should give us the total sales amount for the month of March, that is from first to date. So we have year, I'll just filter this to year first, and we have a March month, so I'll just filter this to the March. And if you see the total sales, which gives us almost 10 lakhs 36,000. So what we have here, 10 lakh 36,305. So the value is matching now. So this is how you can calculate the current month to date value. So similarly, we will calculate the current Q to date, and that is quarter to date, and current year to date values. So let me go ahead and create a new measure for this. So I'll go ahead and create a new measure. So I'll just name this as current QTD. So here we're going to use the same function, that is total. So now we will use the total QTD function, which is inbuilt function in Power BI. So it will ask the two arguments, that is expression, dates, and filter. The filter is optional. So expression should be that we're going to calculate the total sales amount. So here I'll just make the measure we have created for total sales, and we will pass the date function, that is, so this time we will use the dates QTD, and we need to pass the argument as date. So I'll pass the date. So just hit enter. So this value should give us the total sales amount from from 1st Jan to date, that is January, February, and March to date. So I'll just bring this one to the visual, and okay, now I'll convert this to the card. So again, I will change this value to 20 and should be none. Also, we can verify this with our data. So value we are getting here, that is 22 lakhs 55,523. So we will verify that. So we have selected month March here only. So just let me select the January, February also, so that we'll get the complete quarter data for year 2024. And if you sum these values, it should give us almost 22 lakh 55,523. So the now value is matching here. So this is how you can calculate the current quarter to date value. So in this, we will see how to calculate the year to date value. So again, we will create a new measure for this. So let me go ahead and create a new measure, and we will name this as Y current YTD. So this time we will use total YTD function, and we will pass the total sales, and we need to give the date filter. So we'll use the date function, that is dates YTD, and we'll pass the date column. Just hit enter, and this should give us the total sales amount, uh, that is for the current year to date. So it should give us actually the year, that is 2024, and it will actually match with the QTD value, since we are in the first quarter only, and we have a data till March. So I'll just bring this YTD. I'll just convert this to the card. Now you see these values both are actually matching. Since we have data, let me show you. Since we have a data till actually for this 2024 year, and we have data till from January to March only, that is 10th of March, and it gives us the same value, and it will be a year to date value. So now we will see how to calculate the previous month to date values for the same year. Means it will actually calculate the total sales amount for the previous month in the same year. So let's say we have a data till month of March. So it will give we will calculate the value till actually the fair value for the same year, that is 2024. So let's see how we can calculate the total sales amount for month to date, that is for previous month. We seen how to calculate uh, the total sales amount for the current month for the same year, and we will see how to calculate the total sales amount for the previous month, previous quarter, and for the same period, that is same year. So let's see how to calculate these values. So I'll just create a new measure for this here, and I'll name this as previous month to date value. And now in this, we will use the calculate function and date functions uh, to calculate the previous month sales. So I'm going to use the calculate function and I just pass. So now it asks the first argument should be an expression that what you want to calculate the value, that is total sales. So I'll just pass the total sales. And so in Power BI, we have a function that gives us the previous month value. So I'm going to use the previous month. So here you see that we have a previous day, previous month, previous quarter, and previous year. So I'm going to use the previous month and we will use the date MTD function, that is dates MTD again in this, and we'll pass the date field here. So just hit enter. So this should give us the total sales amount for the previous month of the same period, that is same year. So I'll just bring this measure and I'll convert this to the card and I'll just make this as 20 again and display units as none, so that will get the clear value. So this should give us the total sales for the month of Feb, since we have a data till month of March. So we can validate that as well. So let me go to the Excel sheet again, and so we have a same period, same year, that is 2024, and we'll just filter this with the February. We'll just filter this with the February month. And if you see the total sales amount, that is 40,506, and we have value is of 40,506. Similarly, we can calculate the total quarter to date and year to date values using the same function. So let me go ahead and create new measure for this. So I'll just name this as previous QTD, and we will use the same function, that is calculate, and we need to pass the total sales measure here, and we're going to use this time, that is previous quarter function. Under that we'll use the date QTD function. So please so now we'll pass the date field under this, and we'll close all the braces and just hit enter. So this measure should give us the total sales value that is for previous quarter. So in our case, we have a data uh, for 2024 year, that is for the first quarter, that is January, February, and March. So this should give us the total sales values for October, November, and December 2023. So I'll just bring this and I'll just convert this one. I'll make this as 20 again, and display unit should be as none. So you see the value we are getting here, that is 29758,822. So we can validate this as well with the Excel sheet. So I'll just remove the filters. Okay. So for 2024, if you see that we have a data for the first quarter only in 2024. So the previous quarter should be the Q4 of 2023. So I'll just filter this for 2023 and we will filter this for 3 months, that is November, October, that is October, November, and December. That is a last quarter of the 2023 year. And if you see the total sales amount, that is 297,588.22. And what we got, 297,588.22. So the value is matching here. So this is how you can calculate the total sales for the quarter, for the previous quarter actually of the it might be either like for the previous or in the same year. If let's suppose if you have a data till second quarter of the same year, that is 2024, so you'll get the value for uh, same year but the previous quarter, that is Q1. So now we will see how to calculate the previous year to date value. So the data we have in this so now the data we have, that is year 2024. So this should give us the total sales amount for the 2023 year. So let's see how we can calculate that value. So I'll just rename this as previous year to date, and I'm going to use the same calculate function, and I'll pass the first argument as total sales. I'm going to use the previous previous year in this time, and I'm going to use the date function, that is dates YTD, and I'll pass the date field, and I'll just close this. I'll just hit enter. So this measure should give us the total sales for the year 2023. Just I'll make this as card, and we have a 92.31 million. So I'll just convert this to the 20 font size and display units as none. We can validate this one with the Excel sheet here. So let me select everything under month, and I'll just select the year, that is it is already selected for. So now you see we have a total value, that is 923,11094, and here we have 923,11094. The value is matching. So this is how you can calculate the total sales amount, that is year to date for the previous year. So the finally we will see how to calculate the value for same period last year, month to date, quarter to date, and year to date. Before that, I'll explain you what it is exactly. So let's say in our case that we have a data till month of March, uh, the total sales amount till month of March, and if you want to see the total sales for the same month, that is March, but for the previous year, that is 2023, since we have a data till 2024, so we can do that and we can just compare month or month values. Let me go ahead and show you how we can calculate that value. So in this, we will use these values, that is current month to date, current Q to date, and current Y to date, year to date values, to calculate the same period last year MTD, QTD, and YTD. So let me create a new measure for this. So I'll name this as same period last year and month to date. So in this case, we will use the calculate function, and so this time we will pass the current month to date, what we have calculated already. This value, that is current MTD major. So let me go ahead and just type current MTD, and we have a function in Power BI that gives us the total sales amount for the same period, same month, that is same period last year. So I'm going to type this same, and you see here that is same period last year, and I'll pass the date field here. So let me just close this one and hit enter. So we have created new measure, that is same period last year MTD. So this should give us the total sales amount for the month of March, but for year 2023. So I'll just convert this into card. So we have a 5.59 million. So I'll just convert this to thousands. I'll just make as 20 and display as now. So you see that we got that 55 55 lakhs 86,859 value. So we can validate that as well with the Excel file. So let me go ahead and open the Excel file. So this should give us the that is the total sales for month of March, but for 2023 year, that is previous year. So already we have filtered that is for 2023, and I'll just filter this month to the March. I'll select the March month, and I'll select the March month, and you see the total sales amount, that is 55,86,859. So it's matching with our calculation. So this is how you can compare the month value for the same year and the previous year. So similarly, we will calculate the QTD and YTD value. So let me create a new measure for this, and we will name this as SPLY, that is same period last year, and QTD. So here we're going to use the measure which we have created for current QTD. So I'm going to use the calculate function, and the first expression we're going to calculate the current the quarter to date value. So I'm going to use the this one. So should be current QTD, and I will use the same function, that is same period last year. We're going to filter this out with the dates. That's it. So it will filter the same period last year. That is same period means the same month, that is March for the last year. And I'll pass the date field here and just close this. Just hit enter, and this should give us the total sales value for the same quarter. That is, so we have a data for Q1 in 2024. So this measure should give us the total sales amount for the Q1 for for year 2023. So I'll just go ahead and convert this into major. So we have almost 19.49 million sales. I'll just convert this into thousands or also we can validate this one with our Excel sheet. So this should give us the Q1 for 2023. So we have already filtered year that is 2023, and I just filter this for uh, Q1 that is January month and February and March. So you see here we have almost 19 million, that is 19 lakhs 49,000. Sorry, it's 19492152, and if you see here it's 194,92152. So this is how you can calculate the total sales amount for quarter to date for last year period. So similarly, we will calculate the total year to date value for the last year. So let me go ahead and create a new branch for this, and I will make this as, I'll just name this as SPLY year to date. So again, I'm going to use the same calculate function, and I'll pass the expression this time, that is current YTD value which we have calculated already. So just mention this current YTD, comma, and we're going to use the same function, that is same period last year, and we will pass the date field. So this should give us the total sales for the total sales for year to date, that is for previous year. So I'll just bring this one, and I'll just make this so actually, technically, the value between the QTD and UTD same period will be the same, since for this year we have a data that is for Q1, and the same period means that will be a Q1 for last year. So technically, the value will match with the same period last year QTD and same period last year YTD. I'll just convert this one. So I hope you understood how to calculate the total sales amount or any value that is for month to date, quarter to date, and year to date for same period or previous year or same period last year. So if you like the video, and I would request you to please subscribe to the channel and like this video, and please share with your friends and family so that they can learn the Power BI and stay updated for the upcoming videos. Thank you.